On today's show, I am trying out a new concept for the podcast called Fantasy Fable Friday. What does that mean? What does that entail? Find out on this episode of Free Your Geek. And welcome to the Free Your Geek podcast. I am your host, Jay Free, and you may have noticed a new theme song for the pod. Yes, I got this from Pixabay Music. It's called Epic Emotional Inspiration by Lob Sang Karma. I will put that in the show notes for you to check out if you want to hear their work. Super cool song, and it kind of reflects on what I'm thinking about doing for the pod. So let's discuss that. So, what is going on with the Free Your Geek podcast? Well, as you may or may not know, KB, my illustrious co host, has moved down south. We're still on the same coast, but I'm up north and he's down south. So essentially, I'm kind of flying solo on this pod. And while this podcast initially was designed to dive headfirst into all things pop culture, we all know it's extremely tough to keep up with everything. There's just so many different pieces of content out there from movies and television shows along the entire genre of the quote unquote geek culture. And while I'm certain there's going to be a future guest or guests on the pod who will want to discuss and delve into the newest superhero movie or the latest hit TV show, I really want to focus more on interviews and narrative style episodes. Why is that? Well, I've been told multiple times that I have a voice for radio. Or was that a face for radio? I can't remember. Either way, I really enjoy using my voice to record these podcasts, but I don't essentially want to have a 45-minute to an hour solo chatting with myself and talking to you. I don't want to talk to myself. Who wants to do that? I can't do that. That's not where my skill set lies. So I figured I would do narrative episodic chapters of a book, as it were, narrative readings, a quick 5 to 10 minute pod each Friday, focusing on a fantasy genre character. My marketing brain decided to call it Fantasy Fable Fridays. I don't know if that's going to stick, but my thought was I could record and bank a bunch of episodes, 5 to 10 minutes apiece, and release them on Friday so at least new content is coming out on a more regular basis. So we're going to be trying that in the coming weeks, and we're going to be starting with a character that I play in my Dungeons and Dragons campaign by the name of Milo Sharproot. He is a halfling barbarian who has a very tragic backstory. I know it's cliche, but this is my first foray into narrating particular episodes and trying to do a solo pod. Again, I am still planning on bringing in different guests to talk about a myriad of different topics. But until that happens, and in order to get out more episodes to my loyal listeners, I think this is a good way to pivot and practice using my voice to convey different stories. So join me, will you, as we get into Milo Sharproot's story next week on Free Your Geek.